Podcast fresh.
Hulk Hogan movie is in development. Chris, lead us through this, man. You're the ultimate Hulk Hogan fan. You tell me about this.
Go, brother.
It's either me or the other guy that dresses up like him, right?
Yeah, I know.
Wolverine or David Bowie, one of those guys. What the fuck? Remember when David Bowie had that? Which persona was it? Where it was like the red and the yellow. Yes, when he was Ziggy. Yeah.
No, damn. Ziggy.
I like the colors. Don't you understand colors?
I'm more of a Hollywood Hogan guy. I like black. But yeah, new movie, Hulk Hogan movie. Walk us through it. What is this?
You know what? We often hear about these biopic movies being made and things like that, and they seem to be like the Freddie Mercury one came out, and everybody's like, "Oh wow, let me make one on Johnny the Baker as well." Like everybody's got one now, But in this case, it's not really a biopic. Like it's not going to be like the story of Hulk Hogan, but it's more how Hulk Hogan was able to, through a lawsuit, take down Gawker in a multi-million-dollar case settlement because I guess Gawker illegally leaked there was a sex tape that had come out from Hulk Hogan's side.
Oh, okay.
So this is sort of how that leak happened, how Gawker ran with the story, how they were sued, and how it led to one of the biggest decisions. It was like $50 million or something crazy like that. So all that to say, there's a movie in development about sort of just that one spot in Hogan's life.
So, okay, that's interesting. Ben Affleck is playing Hogan in this movie. That's who they're looking at right now. I mean, off the record, I guess, but Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are teaming up on
I think
this
a lot of things could change, right? But I mean, we know Ben Affleck can get into great shape for some of these movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think it would be a big stretch?
Ben Affleck as Hulk Hogan is not something I would ever think I'd say. I don't see it either, man.
Remember, though, he's not playing anything where he's going to be in the ring doing anything like that, except maybe in flashback. And for stuff like that, you can cheat. This is a courtroom drama mixed with other stuff, right? That's what I mean. This is not really going to be a wrestling movie. So Ben Affleck would still get in shape. He'd just be like an older Hogan, you know what I mean, sitting in court or going about his stuff, right? But it's an interesting take, right?
It is. It kind of reminds me of how they turned the whole Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing into a TV show, right?
Sure.
They hired like actors that looked like that.
That did well.
Did it?
Did it really?
Yeah, that became like a trend for a long time, right? That was like trending quite hard.
I don't remember, man. I remember seeing the trailers and then I didn't see it. Like it just kind of went mute.
That's all I was ever hearing, like going to work or in social settings. Of like, is anybody watching?
But you're talking about the actual court thing, though. You're talking about the actual. No, they turned it into a TV show after, where they hired actors to look like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and then they did like a series and where it was like in the courtroom. It was just what you saw from that trial. They turned it into a show, and I don't think that did any good because I never heard about it again. But yeah, it's kind of like. This
I'm
kind
Googling
of
it right now. I gotta look at that.
Yeah, man, it was weird. It was such an odd, like clearly they were trying to capitalize on the hype of all that, but it was a weird thing to do,
And that's the thing, right? Is you got to be fast to capitalize on something like that. That's why sometimes a lot of these things come up, and a lot of them are dog shite. But this was a dramatized version of events.
Yeah. It was a little episodic show where it was retelling the court, but they would actually. So like when they had their stories about he walked into the kitchen, blah blah blah, like they actually filmed those scenes of what that would have looked like, right? So. It wasn't just a show in the courtroom. There was like flashbacks to what they're talking about, and they actually filmed it and stuff. But sure, I assume Amber Heard took a shit on the bed or whatever in that show.
They used dog feces.
Yeah, they used real dog
which
shit.
PETA still got pissed off about it.
PETA.
not picture on the same sort of level as like Forensic Files or something else for the acting like that, you know?
Yeah. Oh man.
How many people did CSI convince that they would be good detectives? You know what I mean?
You know, in 2019, it was announced that Chris Hemsworth was going to do a Hulk Hogan biopic, like an official one.
Right. But that's biopic. That would be him in the ring and stuff like that. Yeah.
But what's up with that? That's just shelved right now.
The thing with Hulk Hogan is he's had a lot of I don't know how closely you guys follow or how much of what goes on in his life has I guess transcended over, but he's had his ups and downs over the years because in this sex tape there's another part where they're just having a regular conversation, and he mentions to the woman on the tape, he makes a comment that his daughter's dating a black guy, and I can't remember. He drops an N-bomb, I think, once. I'm not 100% sure because I've never seen the tape. I've just literally heard like the audio, like a little snippet, and you do hear him say that. So right, yeah, exactly. Don't let a couple details get in the way from a good story, right? So. Keep in mind, he's still associated with the WWE. So at this point, the WWE, a lot of people just started dropping him once this audio came out. So this cost him a ton of money. Years went by, and even when they brought him back at WrestleMania one year, they brought him out with, of all people, I want to say Apollo Crews, but it's not. What was that other big guy's name? It was the other guy,
the guy that slipped under the ring. I forgot his name. Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil, yeah. They brought him and Titus O'Neil out as WrestleMania hosts, right? And they brought him out into a stage and everything. And I don't know if you remember, Ryan, and I don't know if you watched it or not, Darren, but I know Ryan might have. That pop it wasn't like this, wow, welcome back. It was a little bit subdued. And that's your WrestleMania audience. Those are your hardcores of hardcores. You're dealing with motherfuckers that are flying in from like Australia to come in and, you know, hotel and expense this thing. Yeah. But... so yeah, what do you think? Is this I mean, this doesn't feel like it's going to be a movie that's going to make 500 million. I'm not saying that at all. But I brought it up because I thought it's a niche sort of movie, a niche way to look at it. And obviously it's got some of the funding here, at least at the beginning, but that's sort of all the info we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're they're also bringing in the director from Good Will Hunting. You know, that trio right there is, you know, that's a great mix, but it's a very niche subject. It's kind of like, it reminds me of Air, how they did a movie on Michael Jordan's shoe, but like Michael Jordan, I don't even know if he was in it. Like, so it's a very niche thing. It's like a topic within a topic, and I think if you're a Hulk Hogan fan, you're probably definitely gonna get a kick out of this. I don't even know if you'll get a kick out of it though if you're just a wrestling fan. Like I don't have any interest in watching this, but that's just because,
not, right? Yeah.
Like maybe if it's on, you know what I mean? Like if I stumble across it, I might check it out. But I don't think I'll go out of my way. If you trip into it. Yeah, if I fall in line.
If you trip into it in a dark alley, grabs your ass. Yeah. Hey, don't do that.
Yeah, but look over here. But like,
watch my movie.
But like, you know, I'm not gonna go out of my way because one, I'm not a Hogan fan, to be honest, and two, like, again, it's just super niche. It's so weird, you know. Like, I would rather watch the Hogan biopic like that. I probably will watch that, to be honest, just because I'm a fan of biopics in general, you know. But you know, this, I don't know. I don't see myself watching this.
Fair enough. Darren, what about you, man?
I mean, I remember
you remember Hulkamania, brother, right? It must have touched Portsmouth, England over there.
Yes, it did. Like, yeah, I remember Hulkamania back in the day. It was definitely a bit of a riot. It was always a good costume for any kind of fancy dress night too, right? It made its way over. There was kind of nobody else other than Hulk Hogan really that represented WCW back then, right?
Yeah.
Because he was one of the OGs, right? If I remember right. But I actually do remember when it came out that he did a sex tape or whatnot, and I think he got kind of butchered for it. Not necessarily because of comments, but more or less for, yes, cheating on his wife and fucking over his family, this and the other. Because I don't think it was too long after his MTV show kind of bombed with his family, right? And then a lot of other stuff came out, like. But I think his overall performance in that sex tape bombed. If I remember rightly, I don't know. Again, like you, Chris, I've never seen it. But as for this movie, it's like Ryan hit the nail on the head there. It's a niche, right? It's very, very specific.
Yeah.
I don't know how these, three guys from Good Will Hunting are gonna, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and who's the director? I don't know where they're gonna go with this, and I don't even think I'm even curious enough to find out.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie's based on a book called Conspiracy. Peter Thiel, Hulk Hogan, Gawker, and the Anatomy of Intrigue. So yeah, you do have the trio there. Gus Van Sant is gonna direct, and then you have that crazy story. It is niche for sure, but I think it'll definitely have some interest. I think to see how Hogan's portrayed, because this is a guy that like I said, he's had ups and downs in the last few years, and it'd be interesting to see how he's portrayed. That's why he's had a lot of things come and go. Same thing with like a Vince McMahon, right? Who had like biopics coming and books and things like that. Remember that? Yeah. And then it was off, and then it was back on, and then it was off again, right? Because how do you put somebody's life on TV when their life is still going through like some of the craziest periods ever, right?
But gotta make Hulk's life great again, I guess. I don't know what it is. It's like Vince McMahon said, he's been dragged through the mud recently too, right? For a lot of shit that came out. Again, I think there's a good marketing scene behind all these guys, right? And it's okay. We need to make you fucking good again. We need to get you back on the map because we all need to fucking make money. That's kind of where I'm at with this. Where my feeling is. How do we make Hulk great again?
Make Hulk great again.
Actually, there was a viral video recently where some kid just like going, "Yeah, brother," like in like a little signing or something.
Oh, little boy,
fucking Hulk did show up and everything else.
Oh yeah, I saw
it. Fucking adorable.
It's a cool video.
Yeah,
it's a cool
video.
Fucking
adorable, you know what I mean? Yeah, it really is. And Hulkster himself kind of really lapped it up, which is kind of cool.
In the longer version, Hogan offers a little kid $500 if he wants to beat him for the world title. And he takes the $500 from the little kid. Yeah, it's crazy. What an unbelievable piece of shit.
What? Are you
just
serious?
Like his prostitute did, I guess.
No. Am I serious?
God damn it.
Ryan was getting angry, bro. Ryan was getting ready to write a letter.
He's gonna hold that fucking shirt right there.
He's gonna be the fucking boss of this bitch.
The courtroom is running wild, brother. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we'll see how that does. Killing Gawker. That is such a weird title, but I get that's the name of the thing, but like, okay. Killing Gawker.
That's it.
A Hulk Hogan movie. Cool. Maybe one day they'll do a movie about him where, the whole sex tape thing. That'd be cool. At least I think it'd be cool. You know what I mean? Am I alone on
sex
that?
tape thing.
I'm alone on that. No,
it's the movie.
No. I want to see him make the sex. No, never mind. Anyway,
you want him to make a sequel to a sex tape? That's fucked up.
No, I want to see the making of said sex tape.
I think it'd be the shortest movie.
How did he decide on where to do it? How did he do the lighting? How did he, you know what I mean?
It's all in there, man.
It's all okay.
It was a setup.
I might watch Killing Gawker now.
No, it was a setup.
It was a setup.
Killing
Gawker.
It was
a set. That's
cool. Like somebody, he didn't know there was a video or a camera.
Oh, see, I don't know much about this shit. I just know that he's a little racist.
That's why he
did a sex
sued.
tape.
He was like, "What is that doing out there?"
Oh, damn.
It's not like, don't film what you don't want out there. It's like, no, he had no idea he was being filmed.
Put that camera away, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. That's sick. Okay, well, fuck. We'll see how this turns out. I'm interested just because, like, I'm not going to watch it, but I want to know what this will be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's such a weird idea. but we'll see.
It's not that weird.
You know what else it's like? It's like they recently did a show where it was called The Offer, and it was how The Godfather got made, right? And they made a show about the process of how they got The Godfather done. And again, it's like a weird behind the scenes thing that they turned into an actual show. It's interesting. Killing Gawker.